Dang it. It's not gonna fit. So, it's this truck. Apparently it's a wrong truck. I thought that might have been a little split. Dang it. Mike here, welcome back to the vlog, welcome back to the channel. Check out the ladies. Actually, I don't know that they're all ladies, but well, let's just say check out the trucks. I got them all lined up. We got Low and Slow, we got Kenny, and we got Stubby, and we got Smokey, and no one can forget K2. Maybe K2 needs a real name. Maybe we should call it Baby, because nobody puts Baby in the corner. Although technically it's in the corner right now. But anyways, I just got back from Alaska. How fun is that? We went to Juneau and to Ketchikan and to Skagway on a Disney cruise. It's benefits of having a wife that's a travel agent. So I got some more wall art for the shop. I got a Juneau plate and I got a Skagway plate and I got a genuine Alaska license plate. Kind of crazy that you go places and buy people's old license plates, but it's small wall art, and technically 2 of these are just, you know, souvenir plates. But anyways, I have some great news. I have to do a wheel seal on Low and Slow. No, that's not the great news, because I don't have all the tools. Dad has all the tools, but I don't have all the tools, and he might have given them to my brother, which means I'm gonna have to borrow some tools. And the sun is bright. Oh, and it's also Piper's prom. So I'm gonna have to take one of my cars and drive her to prom in her big poofy dress. Chance of showers, but you know, I can't think of anything more worthwhile to get your car dirty than driving a prom. Thought about taking her in a cab over, but she didn't think that was quite as cool as taking a car. So I guess we won't take a cab over to prom. But anyways, grass is growing good. Check this out. I need to do some landscaping, some weed eating. Need to get the boys working. And Cooper has allergies, so it's like, oh, I've got allergies. But it's like, you know what, son? We all have allergies at times in our life and have to deal with things. So anyways, let's get in the shop and get something happening. Because I've been, you know, dogging it for a bit. Because we went to well, Alaska for our 20th anniversary, which was really cool. And before that, we went to California. That was the last vlog. And since then, really haven't got anything done. I know. What am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to keep working on trucks. I don't really know. That doesn't really make any sense. And you know what? I got to pull this engine out. But I found an engine in Edmonton, and Edmonton's about a 7-8 hour drive away. So the engine I'm getting was running when it came out of an international. It did get some water in it, so I don't know if it's runnable or whether it needs to be rebuilt. If it checks out and is runnable, I'll put it in and run it, get a little more life out of it. Or I'll rebuild it, or I'll use it for a core if I can't rebuild it or whatever. So it's still kind of up in the air, but you know what? The block in it doesn't have a hole in it. And the beauty of getting another C13 is, even though I really wanted to get a C15, but the beauty of a C15 is everything's gonna fit on it. The alternator, the air conditioning, turbos, ECM. Whereas if I get a C15, it's gonna cost more and nothing's gonna fit. So I need to find a complete engine with all the accoutrements. Now, I did almost, if you watched my live that I did almost buy a Sterling at the Ritchie Brothers auction in Chilliwack. Andrew and I went and looked at it on our way down to California. It had a C15 Seemed like it was a good runner. It did have a million, it probably had about 800,000 miles on it, maybe a million miles. And the the cab was trashed. I really should have videotaped it. Like, I don't know what I was thinking, but I was in a hurry. I'm sorry, I was in a hurry. So we said, you know what, max 15 grand. The engine's worth 15 grand running, but you know, the rest of the truck wasn't great. And we got to 15, well, it went up to 15 grand. I was gonna bid 15.5, and Andrea's like, no. We said 15, stopping at 15, because now Ritchie Brothers has a buyer's fee. So when, you know, you buy something for 15, I forget what it is, if it was like 10% or whatever underneath so much, but it was gonna cost probably another 2 grand on top of that. So now you're 17, and it's like, if I'm gonna spend 17 grand on a Sterling with a C15, and then I got to pull the engine, and I got to do this, and I got to do that. No, I don't even know how good that engine is. I might as well spend 17 grand rebuilding a C13. So anyways, I didn't buy a Sterling because I don't need another truck in the yard. And especially that, because you know, if I had more time, I don't know. Anyways, we didn't do it. So I got to go to Edmonton and get a thing. And here is most of the interior. Now I just put this roof piece in. It is quite damaged. You can see the crack, you can see the heat damage. But this is the interior for Smokey. And I talked to the Daycab Company, and they are going to use this as a template to make more interiors for K100s. And they're going to build me an interior. So we are boxing it up, shipping it to the Daycab Company. And Smokey's getting a new interior. Yes! So excited. So now, the kicker with that is I need to get busy, and priority is A, getting the engine in this, and B, getting the bodywork done on Smokey, because I don't know, it's probably gonna take him all summer to do an interior, but it might take me all summer to do the bodywork. So at the very least, we need to get the bodywork done on Smokey, so that we could put the new interior when it comes back from the Daycab Company. So if you guys are looking at interiors, go check out the Daycab Company. I'll put a link down below. Yeah, I am super excited because A, it's gonna smell wonderful, and they specialize, I think, in the Kenworth style interiors, like with the diamond and stuff. So that's what we wanna put in it. Diamond VIT interior, just like what came out, only maybe a different color. So the truck is gonna be red of some sort. It's either gonna be red and white, or red and white, or red and silver, or something like that, but guaranteed the truck is gonna be red. So what interior should we do? Should you do red with white buttons, red with silver buttons, red with black buttons? You do tan with red buttons, tan with black buttons, because tan kind of goes with everything. I don't know. I think tan might be fun, because I do like tan interiors. So, but let me know down in the comments what you think. And I'm gonna get to work here. So I gotta finish pulling the interior out of Smokey, finish boxing it up, and do a wheel seal on low and slow, so that we can take it to Edmonton, because Andrea actually wants to take low and slow to Edmonton, because hello, free accommodation, because we got a sleeper. Granted, it's a little bit tight for 2 overweight middle-aged people, but you know what? If Andrea's on board, I'm on board. And oh, that was just about bad. My drop visor for low and slow came in. I ordered this like last September. So that's been like 6, 7, 8, 9 months. I pray to the gods of truck parts that it's correct, because the K100 visor was in a long box. So I'd like to try and get this on this weekend too for the trip. And that's part of the reason why I haven't worked on the interior of low and slow anymore, because to put a visor on, it's best to do with no headliner. You know, reason why I haven't put the visor on Kenny is because I put everything back and then I got to pull it all down. And on a Kenworth, it's a little more challenging is what I'm saying. So, but I mean, that's no excuse, because it's just no excuse. Maybe I'll put that visor on Smokey now, because the rate we're going, Smokey's going to get done first. Huh, that's interesting. Maybe we will. But yeah, so I got the drop visor, got to do a wheel seal, got to get that packaged up. No rest for the wicked. And I got Princess here. It's Piper's prom. I'm either gonna take her in this Corvette, or I'm gonna take her in that Corvette, the 64, whichever she chooses. So I gotta be careful because I gotta leave for that in like 3 hours. And yeah, your little girl only graduates once. Well, should hopefully only graduate high school once. And I mean, I imagine one day I'll go to her university graduation. Do they do that? Do they do a graduation for I don't know. We'll see what happens. Hopefully she sticks with it. But anyways, let's get to it. I gotta make sure I don't bring low and slow in and tie up the shop because I will have to close the doors and lock everything up. So anyways, stop talking, Mike. Get working. Wheel seal time. First I gotta take my pretty hubcap off. And don't hate me because my wheel's dirty. But and also, before I forget, if you would like to get There Is Only One King t-shirt or hoodie, or a Save the Cab Overs t-shirt, 30% off everything at shoppeterbiltmike.com until it's gone. And then we're gonna do some new t-shirts. So yeah, go check out shoppeterbiltmike.com. 30% off everything until it's gone. It's a super summer sale, or whatever. Super summer sale, summer super sale. Some like summer sale. And the skeeters, let me tell you, the skeeters are plentiful and angry. Or hungry, probably more hungry than angry. You know what I need? I need my handy dandy socket thing that I made for zipping these off. That's what I need. I can go get that. So this is my super socket. Oh, it's just my my way of taking off plastic nut covers. So I'm taking my 1.5 inch socket, put a chunk of heater hose on it, fold it over the end, and then it kind of just cups on. Is that a word? Cups on. Then I'll use my impact to just slowly spin them off. Just that easy. There. Just like that. Now I need to jack it up and back the brake off. So then we're gonna pull the axle tube out, and I'm gonna use the old school way of pulling wheels off using a grease board, because I don't have a dolly. So when I was a kid, that's how we did it. We had a sheet of steel, put a little oil on it, so they just slide right off. Just slide right off. It's easy, from what I remember. That there. That there. Oh, perfect. And then I want to back the brake off. So I'm going to use a little impact. And I also released the brakes. You can see it's in its little tab thingy here. That should be. I'll straighten that after. Do 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 do. There we go. Jacked up. Now, pull the axle out. Who knows how long it's been since this axle's been out. In saying that, I'm going to put it on max torque. Maybe going to clean up those threads just a little bit so I don't bugger up a nut. Nobody wants to bugger up a nut. And I'll get an oil catch bucket. Now this is the fun part. You hit the axle right in the center and it pops out. If you miss, you hit one of your studs and screw it up. And that was really easy. Textbook even. So, my oil bucket is a little bigger than it. Ooh, this has got the fancy ones. Never done the fancy ones before. That is the lock nuts. I'm used to the double nut, and this is like a big nut. But yeah. There's my big axle. Big axle. Looking fly. I'll show you guys what this looks like. So you can see it's got one big nut and then it's got this little keeper. So we'll pop this keeper out of here and then unscrew that nut. Now I don't have a socket big enough for that nut, so I'm gonna have to borrow from either work or dad or somebody. It's probably loose enough that I can do by hand. I might even be able to just pop this out with a screwdriver. I'll get you guys to hold that one, and I'll use this. There we go. Almost. There. That was easy. Just like that. I pull the lock out. See, and it's got little teeth there to lock it on. So I'll throw that up there. Then we just have to undo that. This might be set to a preloaded torque if it's got that thingy in the middle. But anyways, I'll put my grease boards underneath and see if I can tap it off with a chisel and yeah, see if I can pull these wheels off. Then I'll get a socket to put it back on. I got my grease board, which is a white mud flap with WD-40 on it. I'm just using this chisel to undo it, and it is turning. So, make sure that's not dirt. I can do it by hand now. Oh yeah, piece of cake. That. Bearing. Check for any hard surfacing that might be coming off, and you know what? It looks really good. Looks real good. So I will set that there. Put some towel over it. So now, put another grease board down. When I say grease board, I mean Peterbilt mud flap. I'm going to slip it just underneath that, and WD-40 for slippertivity. I want to lower the jack just a little bit. And I must add, this is not a how-to video. This is a how I'm doing video. See, I could actually come down a little more. Oh! I got a little bit of oil on my slipboard. I don't think WD-40 quite has enough slipperiness. Yeah, the oil's getting in there now. Ha. There. Scoop some oil out of the hub. Okay. So as you can see, we made a bit of a mess. So I'm gonna, and there's lots of brake lining on here, so I'm gonna clean this all up with brake clean. Pop this wiper off, pound this seal out, and drums are good. Everything's good now. Normally a guy probably should put new shoes on because they're contaminated, but for what I'm doing, I'm not gonna do that. Clean it up good, and it'll cook or sweat whatever's in there out. So let's pound out the seal. There. I like to put a shovel handle or a broomstick handle in the hole, because then when you pound the seal out, it catches your bearing. Your bearing doesn't hit the dirt, because you don't want a dirty bearing. This bearing looks good too. Right on. Okay, now I can clean this up. Cleaned up, pretty good. Gonna call it good enough. Now I want to take the wiper off. So I'm gonna hit this with a chisel just to stretch it a bit, and it'll make it easier to come off. Because it'll stretch it. I'm gonna go get a big pry bar. Just like that. Just like that, it's off. Almost like I've done it once or 1,000 times before. Actually, I probably haven't done it 1,000 times, but I've certainly done it 100 times, but 30 years ago. So anyways, now I'm gonna give Dad a call and see if he's around to see if I can borrow his seal driver and wiper installation tool. There's a big black cloud. I guess that's the 20% chance of rain they talk about. So 20% of clouds have rain in them. Less guckies off. It's my technical term. Guckies. Schmarm. It was put on with a bit of silicone. I don't know that I'd use silicone, but I'd use seal dressing stuff. Gasket maker. Clouds come over and the skeeters come out. Hate them skeeters. All right, it is the next day and dang, it's sunny. And just like that, it's tomorrow. The next day. Went to Dad's, picked up the seal drivers to borrow, and it was Piper's prom, so I had to take Piper to prom. So I thought we had a thunderstorm roll through, so today looks like a nice day. Took the cars out for Piper's prom, got them all muddy and dirty. Well, not really muddy, but rained on. It's a good thing they won't melt. So this is a wiper for the seal. I'm just putting some gasket maker on it because that's what I've always done. Okay. Slide this over there like that. Slide this over here like... Dang it! It's not gonna fit. So, it's this truck. Apparently it's a wrong truck. I thought that might have been a little... Dang it. Well, that's not ideal. So I'm gonna use the old wiper and tap it on. There. Now I know this one works because you put the seal in like that and it just kind of cups it. Grabbed the wrong one, but it's the way she goes some days. It's the way she goes. Oh. Okay. Just to stop my tire. Well, I got a block there. There. that. Need our bearing. A big bearing. Doing this backwards. And I grabbed the wrong bearing. There we go. You can tell it's seated because it bounces back at you. Just gonna give the wiper a wipe. Make sure there's no gasket maker on it. Make sure it's seated. And it's seated. Everything looks good. Gonna put just a little wipe of oil on the seal. And there. Now that can go back on. Quick wipe of residuals. You can see we got the bearing in there. I didn't drain all the oil out, so there is a splash of oil. And that way when this thing starts turning, it'll lubricate. Gave this little wipe, made sure it was seated. Brake drum's cleaned off, don't have a lip. Over here, we got the wiper, brake cleaned off the brakes, and she's ready to slide back on. I shouldn't be this winded. Just like that, it's on. Little pre-lube on my bearing, like a glove. It's clean and spiffy. There. There. Now I'll jack it up. So it spins and tighten her up. Tell ya, mud flaps, a little bit of oil on it, works great as a grease board. Just fantastic. Tighten it up. Now this is a trick Dad taught me when you don't have the right socket. Now don't do this at home. I don't recommend it. But when you don't have a wrench, you can wedge a chisel head in there, rotate your tire. Your tire is your lever for your wrench. So I'm going to do it up tight. Now these bearings are you can tell it's got a bit of preload. Being that these bearings are worn, I'm going to want to have them on the tighter side. If they were new bearings, they definitely want to have the preload, because they will wear in it. Well, I don't know. I mean, this is how I do it, so I don't recommend it. I'm gonna go back a quarter turn, and that stops. That's a quarter turn. Still tight. I'm just going to give it a little bit. There. Look who came to visit. Dad's here. I don't know, can you see him? Yeah, you can see him. Dad's here. The man that taught me everything.
He still doesn't know anything.
So with Dad's help, we set the preload. There's no wiggle. Everything should be good. We used our chisel and a punch. And now we have a locking tool. So this will keep the wheels from falling off if I did something wrong. But if I did something wrong, either, well, actually what it would do is it would heat up the bearing would fail, wheel seal would start leaking, and all that. And that's why we do pre-trips and post-trips. But anyways, like I say, it's not our first rodeo.
Well, I just, the first while, just make sure that you check it.
Everything.
Feel it for heat.
Feel it for heat. You've got to check it for heat. Sorry. How does this go on?
I don't know, I've never used them.
Well, there's a first time. Oh yeah, they just hook like that. And then I put a screwdriver over here. Well, the teeth line up. Then just do a little flexy twisty push. Like that. Flexy twisty push. Like that. Give it a little tap tap. It's in there.
Did you put oil in the hub?
Not a lot, no. There's a little bit.
Okay.
Because I don't have oil. Well, all I've got is the oil that came out of it. Because this might be synthetic oil, maybe, probably. It's red and dirty.
That's your oil.
But I figured I'd drive it up on a block
Yes, definitely.
so the oil runs over into the bearing.
Because there's been lots of wheel bearings taken out. The guy's not putting oil in it and not tipping the rear end to put oil in.
So now, clean up the axle. There. New gasket is on. And the axle.
Is that axle worn very much? Splines?
Not bad, I don't think.
Not hardly worn at all.
Well, it is just a baby truck. Driven by a little old lady.
I wouldn't count on it. It was an oil field truck, remember?
True. There.
If they can breathe and walk, they usually get a job. Or there for a while they did, anyways. Doesn't it? That doesn't have wedges?
No,
Yeah, it's an Eaton.
it's wedgeless.
Yeah, that's an Eaton.
Came off good.
Yeah, they do.
There. Now I just have to set my brake up. Go find a wrench. Well guys, the wheel seal is done. I got the wheels all washed off. And the other thing I did is I drove up on a block so that the oil can run over to the other side and fill that hub. That's a little trick we learned back in the day, so, because I don't have a pumper with gear oil in it. I know, I got a lot of stuff, but I don't have that. And look at this. I got Kenny and I got Stubby, and they both fired up just like that. Fast idle on Stubby. You know, it's one of those things, I just went to quickly do something, and you know how when you're like, oh, I'll just do this, and then it turns into that or this or that. So I ended up getting Dad's backhoe out. I'm gonna move Kenny and Stubby over here, because this is some good gravel area. So I pushed this wood pile back so that way I can get in here with some trucks. So I used Dad's backhoe because Dad's gonna want his backhoe back here soon. And I just thought I'd just give the wood pile a little push. So yeah, gave it a little push. So I got some storage. Cooper's mowing the lawn, and feel a little bit claustrophobic over here. So we're gonna make a little more room and get organized. So anyways guys, that's it for me. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next one. Hopefully it'll be going to get this engine. I bring it home. Maybe I'll be taking low and slow. Because really, I don't need a trailer. I got a truck. I just throw an engine stand on it and tie her down, and away she go. Thanks for watching guys. I greatly appreciate it. Till the next one, it's Peterbilt Mike, out. Oh my gosh, I got so much to do. What do I do first? Okay, maybe I should kick the car out. Oh, I got a mess here. Oh dear, what am I doing? What am I doing? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.